Good morning, everyone. I hope you're feeling great today. Welcome to another edition of Hand-Built Pottery. My name is Kimberlie Wright. Thanks for joining. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So at this time, I'm going to ask you all to unmute yourselves. Thank you. And be mindful of any background noise that you have, like music or the television or any talking. If that happens, it's no problem. Just remember to mute yourselves. Thank you so much. Everybody feeling okay?
Yes.
Anna, you all right?
Yes.
Good job. So how many people?
She told me she was over the top.
How many people what?
How many people have played today? Anybody? One?
I do.
It's okay if you don't, because I'm just gonna save this probably project until the next class anyway, so that we don't continue to make too many things. So that was like only 2 people. All right, so I will be, I just wanna say before anybody asks, which is no problem, but I will be giving you all another firing schedule to fire your pieces or whatever next week. So we'll have a schedule going next week. First thing I want to do is put on my apron, and I'm going to be, that's backward. So last week, miraculously, I don't even know how the time just went by. I guess we were having fun, but we stayed online for probably about an hour and a half when my classes are usually like just 30 minutes. Class started at 10:30 and it was over like probably like 12:10, 12:20, I remember. However, I called y'all party poopers last week because some of y'all didn't take out no clay work. I think Miss Diana managed to do some work, and if I'm not mistaken, Fan and Cumberland made the entire dish, animal dish. He made an elephant. And I think somebody else, Miss Deborah Bell told me, I think she was trying to work on it, but she hurt her hand. So, or her hand is not well, so healing, that type of thing. So I just want to say, does anyone have any questions? I particularly wrapped my elephant dish. I wrapped it last week, how we wrap it in plastic to preserve it for the moisture and everything. And I didn't even get a chance to even look at it to see how it even looks. So, I mean, I don't mind taking that out today to let you all see it if anybody needed to see it, because I know that some people told me they had to leave the class. If you have any questions about the elephant hitch dish, I just call it a dish because I said to you all, you can make a pot if you like, but I particularly made some kind of shallow looking bowl. So, 1 second.
Mine is ready to be fired.
Okay, so I'm gonna be calling everybody for a schedule next week, no problem. Just make sure that you pack it really nice how you've already been doing, so that, you know, you don't get any breakage or whatever. How you doing, Ms. Deborah Bell?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. Good. Everybody doing good?
Yeah.
It's good to see y'all. I miss y'all and being in our class and stuff. But it's still such a blessing to see y'all in the class online on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Wake up, Mr. Van Dyke. Saw you going to sleep. All right. Do you all have any questions about
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Is his name, and he can answer, but is his name first name Van Dyke or Howard? Which one is it?
First name is Van Dyke, last name is Howard.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It could be the other way, huh, Howard?
You always say Mr. Van Dyke, so I was like, okay, but it's showing up Van Dyke Howard, so I didn't know if it was just reversed here.
But you know,
Okay.
sometimes I say to you, Miss Deborah, or sometimes I say Miss Bell.
Yeah.
But I usually don't say Miss Bell now because it's two bells in the class, Gloria and Deborah Bell.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi.
Everyone. Everyone. Hi,
Miss Bell,
Gloria.
you
Good
are?
morning. How are you?
All right.
Miss
Good morning.
Lattimore.
Good morning.
Morning.
Kimberlie,
Yes, ma'am.
on that elephant you made last week, were there any particular sizes for the legs or inches for the ball or any of the pieces?
Did somebody hear what she asked?
Yeah, she wanted to know if there were any dimensions, how tall the feet should be, and the depth of the bow.
Okay, so we were going to go over a few things. I definitely said to you all that if you wanted to, first of all, one thing I said is that we were making an animal dish. As it pertains to making it with me along with the class, I said that anyone is more than welcome to make the same animal that I'm making for the purposes of you learning, going through the step-by-step process of what I was doing. However, being creative, if you wanted to change your animal, I said, go for it, please do so. Like some people might be making a baboon, I don't know. But however,
That's not what I was asking.
I'm gonna answer your question, Lil. Sorry about that.
Etheria,
Yes.
I'm going to send you a chat. So look in the chat. I'm getting ready to send you a chat.
Okay. Give me 1 second. So Miss Etheria and everyone else, I said that when we first started, I said, if you had a piece of clay that was this size, you see this size in my hand?
Yes.
I said, that's fine. If that's the only clay you had to make the piece that we were making, but what I said was cut this in half so you would have clay to make the parts of the animal. So then also, if you had this size clay, you see the difference with the clay in my hand?
Okay.
If you only had this, you could have made that last week. However, so that answers your question as it pertains to the dimensions. The dimensions would have been how much of a clay you had left. I don't care if it was a really small elephant. I don't care if it was large, but as it pertains to the elephant, what I created, I stuck to making my legs look in proportion to my body.
Okay.
Now, I'm not trying to pick at anyone, even though sometimes we laugh at people, or it's just humor. I mean, like sometimes people got to lighten up, or sometimes people's feelings might be hurt, or people might get mad. That's all in a day's work of living, because we all human beings. We have emotions, but I just try to show people that no matter what happens, we love them. But I wanted to say that Mr. Fanning Cumberlander, he already turned in his elephant. It looks pretty much just like mine as it pertains to the body and everything. But if you see my head, the head is large. Mr. Cumberlander got like a head about this little on his feet. And like his claw look like some kind of just a little skinny string. Even though I commended him and in my mind, I said that was a good rendition or a try, so to speak. But however, I said if we were in the classroom setting, and if it's not just that, I'm going to let him know either personally or in this class, because like we got to strengthen up. We in a learning process. If I say something to y'all, don't like really take it as a thing like we joking at you or trying to hurt your feelings, but I'm gonna tell Mr. Cumberland he has to be mindful of his proportion. That's what it is. You gotta think about what size is this head supposed to be compared to the body. That's all. So some of us might be a little off in our proportion sometimes. Even me, I think my legs could be probably a little tall, but even still, the reason why I think they're looking really tall, because you see elephants high off the ground. The thing is because of the proportion of the body. It probably need really like a fatter belly or a wider body, but it's not about the body as it pertains to the body is just a simple bowl. The actual design comes in when you add the decoration as it pertains to the animal. So the dish the bowl could have been like an octagon shape. And we know an elephant does not have an octagon shaped body. So I just wanted to say that as pertains to size and proportion, it just depended on how much clay you have when you actually make the piece. But you have to take a piece from the clay that you have to pinch the bowl or pot or plate first, and then have enough clay to make your animal. Any more questions?
Yes, I have a question. My elephant doesn't have a mouth. Is it too late to try to add a mouth if it's drying?
Is it completely dry?
I'll have to check.
Okay, the thing is, did you wrap it up?
What was
No.
that?
I was letting it dry. I was letting it dry for
Oh, okay. Well, if you are letting it dry, mine is still wet somewhat, not like even soft at all. You know, this, especially the trunk, this thing is like brick hard. But however, if I want to add something, all I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my Miss Diana, I'm going to take my sponge. Let's
They're
say
seeing
really,
they
I
don't
wanna,
get all fancy.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
so we just go with check.
yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, that's what I wanted to know.
oh,
thank you.
that's
Thank you.
excellent.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see, what's her name? Jaguar.
Deborah on the phone.
I know. Destiny Moss, you need to mute yourself, please.
Sorry, I did.
Thank you. All right. This is leather dry. However, for this piece, y'all wouldn't be, you'll be amazed. I haven't even smoothed it out pretty much. But what I'm gonna do today is take the paper out, and I already have like a cup of water, which is really low. This is kind of like a bath, I would say. And how I'm going to smooth the piece is basically just by starting to brush over it back and forth. And sometimes when I see like any type of deep impression, I'm gonna go back and smooth it with my fingers or whatever, if I have to. Also, I'm gonna dip this sponge into the water and kind of like bathe it like that. And that will moisten it up some because I'm going to add slip trail to the elephant. So how I'm bathing like that will actually moisten up the surface. I don't know if you have to, what do you have to add? Do you have to add something that pertains to design or actual pieces of clay, Miss Diana? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have to, in looking at your piece, mine doesn't have a mouth.
Talking about this bottom portion right here?
Yes. So I was wondering if I could carve it out with an instrument or add clay. Yes.
Talking about here?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm taking a piece of clay out. Just a small little piece of clay. I'm rolling this and I'm smashing it in my hand. It's like a circle, so to speak. This is what I showed y'all last week. Now, when you all you have to do is just like I said, bathe the bottom of the elephant's mouth with the sponge or the brush. And then take this clay is like stuck to my hand, so that's good, it didn't go anywhere. You can either roll this out with a, what do you call it, a rolling pin, or you can just press it out like I did with my hand. All you wanna do is cut it in half. I got mine just a little bit over half because if I go right to the middle, it's a little too short for me. So I'm just cutting that, right? And after you've wet that portion, all you have to do is curve that piece and attach it into the face of the elephant. Just smooth it in. I mean, I already made creative, beautiful projects, Miss Diane. I know you probably already know that. I don't know if I answered your question, but you can add to that clay that you already have, even if it's dry. All you got to do is like moisten it again, right in that chin area or wet.
Okay.
No problem.
I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Somebody was just saying something. Miss Deborah Bell, you drinking beer?
I was just asking Deborah Bell if that was better.
All right, cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
Huh?
You should have been doing a commercial. The way you was drinking, it looked so good.
You know, it's hot, so I want to make sure I didn't burn myself as I was pouring it up here.
Okay, what you doing, teach us today?
What's she say?
She said she was going on with the teaching.
Say what, teacher?
Stop being impatient, Etheria. We're having
What
fun.
you started out saying that you were going to show us something today.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said I'm not going on with another project today because y'all don't have me, and because I don't want to be making too much stuff while y'all not finished with all y'all other projects.
I'm through with one of my projects, teacher.
Sometimes y'all get jealous when I put attention on other people in here.
I know, huh?
I know. But anyway.
Yeah, that's all that was. Jealousy.
What'd you say, Miss Regina?
Hey, this is like being back in class again. Woo!
That was a good one, Deborah Bell. Okay, the pieces that I picked up, I finished them.
The elephant was laughing at y'all or with y'all. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's.
Remember I said however you shape or fashion your tail, it could be possibly like a handle. And y'all see how I'm holding my piece? Very careful under the bottom. If it was like bone dry, I would not even be picking it up. Trust me. No way.
And 2 hands.
Yes, 2 hands, not one, because the weight shifts. If I pick it up with one hand, it might be heavy.
I got it.
It might be too heavy on one end and just collapse out of your hand. Miss Regina, you had said something not too long ago.
I said I finished the project that I came up there to pick up that that I had to put together.
Okay, no problem. So you probably came in on the class late, but I said to everybody, we're gonna have a schedule next week for you all to, you know, firing schedule. I'll be calling today and tomorrow. All right, so right now, I want to go through a whole, what do you call it, presentation. So let's see, what y'all want to suggest something for the class, or Miss Etheria, you got something to teach? Anybody have any innovative ideas that they've come up with, something you can do? If not, we moving right along. We only got.
Have you finished your slump clay?
I made 2 things that day. I did the slump piece, and what else was it? The day before I did something else. However, both of those pieces I balled them up. They were
Oh,
just, like, especially as quick as I did the towel, the slump piece. Yeah, I balled that up, and whatever I made the day before, because it was a whole nother different project, I balled that up as well.
Because that's the last one I have to do is the slump.
Okay, well, I'm not. I know you're not trying to say it like in that definite type of way, but even though you say you have to, I know you mean you don't have to, but I know you told me you were interested in making that piece, but those pieces are just for demonstration purposes. And if that's something that you want to do, you're more than welcome. But it wasn't like a class project.
I
Oh,
have something. These
Ma'am.
little containers for slip tray about this size. There's 2 in a pack at the dollar store right now. I left them in the car, but they're about this size, and there's 2 in a pack, and they're at the dollar store right now.
Can I see your tip closer?
Yeah, it's the same little tip that's on this one.
Wow.
What
So
I
if you want to go get some, they're the one
What?
right there. The one right there on Fairburn and MLK had them this
Okay, you
morning.
mean the Dollar Tree?
The Dollar Tree. What did I say?
No,
The
you said
dollar
dollar store.
I was just about to ask you which dollar store, but yeah,
Yeah, the Dollar Tree.
no
They're
problem.
2 in a pack about this size.
so what department?
what area in the
Over where all the crafty stuff is, because I
Arts and
tried
supplies.
using the one that I got with the cake decorator, and it doesn't work good. But when you did that one the other day with this little tube like that, that's much better.
You
So
said
they
it's
have them
craft.
right now, 2
Yeah.
for $1.
So everybody, the Dollar Tree and some of these other stores have been getting a little bit more elaborate in their, or more variety in their art supply. So they have like an art supply section. That's what she's talking about. It's in that
Yeah.
section.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. They had stencils that you can use to slip trail your design on with a stencil. They had some of those over there too.
Yeah, I bought some designs from the dollar store that you can design, that you can roll your clay over and cut it, take it out, make designs. I bought a couple of things from over there, me and Miss Carrie.
Yeah, she means the pattern plates that we roll over the plate to get.
Right. I bought 2 of those. They were nice.
actually, Kim, you said something about the containers for the slip trail had to be clear. I thought that's what you said. I'm
Well,
wrong.
that's what Ms. Deborah Bell was just saying. You can get that, some of those, she said they have some containers at the Dollar Tree, meaning like, can you show it again, Ms. Deborah? She
Yeah,
said that's an option. They come 2 in the pack for $1.
But they're clear. And they're clear, Etheria. This is
Okay.
just something that I have.
Okay, I thought you said something about them being clear.
This
Yeah,
is
they're
an
clear.
actual slip
They're just
trail.
like that.
This is an actual bottle that comes from the art supply store that says Slip Trail. It's clear. That's why you see the gray clay through here. But however, what I was telling you all, if you find other products, they're just as good. You know, like that's a real deal to have that small, because this is a small, and some people already told me they had the really big bottles that you
Yeah.
mustard and ketchup.
Ketchup and stuff.
They said they
Like-
were
Like this one.
large for the hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But they're that size that you have right there, Kimberly, and clear. So it's good because the slip trail, you can
That's
see
the,
what
that's the
color.
large one, what Miss Gloria has. It's
Oh.
Have a large one. It's soft.
large to squeeze. So,
Mine is very soft.
ma'am,
So it's very, the plastic is very soft, so it's easy to squeeze.
oh yes, it's soft because you can see me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But however, still having a large bottle, it might be hard to hold it,
Thank you,
the
babe.
content in it, and to be able to control it. But I still say, if you get a large bottle, always have one. It might be different things that you're trying to do. So, you know, you have to use different sizes of a slip trail to see what works best for you. That's all.
I also have these, Kim. These came from Family Dollar,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's
Wow.
three in a pack,
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's even better.
I like those.
and they're soft.
Can you put, hold on, can you put that back up again?
Yeah, those are even better.
And
Because
squeeze.
you don't need a lot. You don't need to make a lot of one. I don't
It's soft.
Can you please open up the tip on that glue so I can see the hole? Okay, that'll allow a lot to come out. And one thing with these slip trails, thank you, Miss Gloria, thank you, Miss Deborah Bell, thank everybody. One thing with these slip trails, after you have used, for example, I've been shaking this because I know I'm gonna slip trail this elephant sooner or later. But after you've used these pieces, you need to take your applicator off and really rinse it out, because what you'll find is the dirt will dry, the clay or the dirt will dry all in the tip of it, and it'll be hard to like get that out. But it's not going to be like impossible, but I would still just maintain cleaning it out so you won't have to, the next time.
The thing I wasn't sure about when I was mixing mine is how much color to put into the slip to get the color that you want. So what would you?
I just think you should start with a small amount and then mix it. And if it gets like to be a rich color, then that's enough. So if it still look like clay or something, then you have to add more color. But as long as, like, if you put let's just say like food color, if you put a couple of drops of red in there and mixed it up, and the whole the contents of the slip trail became red, then that's enough. Because some colors are more powerful than others. Like, just like when you paint a wall, if you paint a wall black, you're probably gonna need like one coat. But if you paint it white or something light, you're gonna need more coats to make it like smooth. Lighter colors take more paint sometimes.
Can you put food coloring in there, Kim? Does that work?
I was just saying that as an example. Actually, things are really experimental. Sometimes you could try just to see how something like that goes. That's how people came up with certain things. They just tried it out, Ms. Deborah. So.
And alcohol, what about alcohol inks? Have you ever tried alcohol ink in the slip?
No, but one thing is you got to think about alcohol really dries stuff out. So I don't know how that would take as far as with the chemicals of the clay, but I think it's worth still experimenting and trying. I see somebody's their video says TCL. Did you have a question? I see a young man online. It looked like, did you have a question? Okay, I guess not.
He just want to say hi.
Oh, okay. Whoever TCL is, I just want to say thanks for joining the class and hello to you. And so right now, give me 1 second. How many of you know about the Christmas gala that we're going to be having on December 3rd? And how many of you are going to participate? One person. All right, young people, we have a Christmas gala coming up. I know some of you probably don't celebrate the holidays. However, we plan on, one thing we plan on doing this year for Thanksgiving is on Thanksgiving Day, we are generally off work, but we will be probably reaching out to young people such as yourself who we think might be at home alone or needs to be uplifted or called, that type of thing. We're going to be doing that on Thanksgiving. And for the Christmas gala, we're having a Christmas tree lighting. That's going to be an individual thing in each of our homes. So you have a small tree or a tree you want to display, we all going to light our trees at the same time, which is going to be fun. There's going to be plenty of poetry from my Word Up poetry class. We're going to have the divas will be performing. Y'all know the Darnell Divas will be performing. And I want to say it's another group. I want to say
The drama, the Darnell Players, we're gonna do.
Darnell Players will be doing thank you, Miss Deborah. The Darnell Players will be doing
The
a
night
short
before Christmas.
performance. And I think Anthony Bailey will be probably blessing us with some of that beautiful melodic music. I don't know if it's just going to be him or his band, just his band, but Destiny Moss and Aja Simmons from the kitchen will be making some delicious holiday treats for us. We have like a really full program, so please just join us for that. And also on, I want to say December 9th, if you want to write any of these dates down, if you have not been checking your email, the actual Christmas gala is on December 3rd, but December 9th, we will be having our annual ugly sweater contest. Ugly sweater. So some of y'all know y'all got some of them beautiful ugly sweaters. Go ahead and pull them out. All right.
The gala's on December 9th.
Yes, no, December 3rd.
Oh,
The sweater contest is on the 9th.
thank you.
All right, we got about 10 quick questions. A crack in the glaze is called what? Is it called cracking, flaking, shrinking, or crazing?
Drinking.
Miss Diana, you gotta unmute yourself. What you say, Miss Diana?
Cracking.
Okay, I'm gonna go with cracking. Incorrect. It's called crazing.
Crazing.
Wow.
I'm writing that in the chat if y'all want to look it up.
But most of the time when my glaze crack, it wasn't intentional.
No, you'll see like little minuscule cracks in the glaze. That happens in the process of when the glaze is fired. It has nothing to do with you. It's the heat, the temperature that when the glaze gets to vitrification or to its maturation, when it's mature, sometimes the heat, when it cools down, sometimes if I open up the kiln too early, the coolness hitting the heat might make it crack.
Okay.
Sometimes overheating might make it crack. So it's called crazing. Good job. We learned something new today. You getting your lesson, Miss Etheria Pearson?
Ma'am,
I said you getting your lesson. You said you want to learn something today. how are
crazy like the instructor.
Yes.
Crazy.
Pottery glazes typically purchased? Are they purchased powdered, liquid, paste, or cannot be purchased?
Repeat the question. Repeat the question.
How are pottery glazes typically purchased? Like bought in the store, powdered, liquid, or cannot be purchased?
Liquid.
Y'all going with liquid?
Yes.
All right, I just want y'all to know that the answer is wrong.
Okay.
I already knew it was powdered because the first glazes came in powdered form. They are formulated or made from clay. Actually, the liquid glazes that we use in class, this is like a new creation or phenomenon. Everybody in the whole pottery or ceramic world has been going crazy over the last 10, 20 years because of these liquid glazes, because before there were only the powder that you had to mix yourself. I think Miss Deborah Bell has mixed some of those powdered. I thought you told me one time you used some powdered glaze. Anyway, if you did.
That's a misleading question. You said the glaze, it was misleading.
Nah, because what they're saying is they just recently made liquid glazes. The most still biggest, largest purchase of glazes in the world is by powder. the people that make the liquid glazes buy powder glazes to make the liquid glazes.
I thought you said the glazes that we buy for you is purchased for the class. How do they come?
It doesn't say how are the pottery glazes typically purchased for the class. It didn't say that.
So Kim, what do you mix the powder with? Because I saw some online and I didn't know what to do. I said I'm not buying them because mine all in class are all liquid.
Well, usually it's like water, or they'll tell you like what compounds or different things you need in them.
Oh.
What have been the first type of pottery? Was it thumb containers, spoons, pinch pots, or sporks?
Pitch pot.
Pinch pot.
Okay, that's 2 on pinch pot, so that's what I'm going with.
That's what I don't say.
Correct. All right, we got about 5 or 6 more. Which potentially harmful element can be found in powdered pottery glazes? Is it lead?
Yes.
Is it titanium, gold, or copper? What's your answer?
I think it's lead.
Lead.
Y'all are really smart, because you know that means you're paying attention. In class, you know, the jars or the bottles say lead free, and that's why they are dinnerware safe and you're able to eat out of the dishes, so to speak. But once again, don't forget, I always tell you all, if you're making a plate or a bowl or a coffee mug, some people really love the crystal text glazes, the glazes with the little rocks in them. Usually, almost all the time, crystal text glazes are not dinnerware safe. So I say, even though you love those beautiful spots, you don't want to put them on the dishes that you plan on actually using, because you're not going to be able to use it. All right, moving right along. Which of the following is not considered a type of pottery? Porcelain, stoneware, earthenware, brickware.
Brickware.
It's brickware.
Yeah. Brick.
Y'all smart. Y'all don't need me no more. It seems like I'm not teaching y'all nothing no more. All right. Which is a decorative technique where a piece of wet slip makes abstract patterns on pottery? I'm gonna say that again. Which one of these is a decorative technique where a piece of wet slip makes abstract patterns on pottery? Is it twisting, slipping, marbling, or spinning?
Slipping.
Twisting.
I'm gonna say marbling, because slipping is you gotta squeeze it. So marbling, I think, would be a soft clay.
It sounds like slip tracing to me.
I'd say twist.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay, I'm going with slipping, but that's incorrect. The correct one is marbling.
Hey!
What would be the difference in that and slip tracing?
The reason I said marbling is because what she said, that you take soft clay as opposed to liquefying clay that you need for slip tracing.
Okay.
Soft clay you would put on there, and
That
then
makes sense.
yeah.
I said a piece. I said a piece. All right, we're almost done. What are the 2 types of fires that could be used on a piece of pottery? Is it reduction and oxidation? Is it carbonation and microwave? Is it induction and carbonation? Or is it reduction and terracotta?
Reduction.
Terracotta.
Reduction. Terracotta.
Oxidation. That and oxidation.
Reduction. Terracotta.
I don't have a
Let me
clue.
tell y'all,
I don't
words
either.
in here. The funniest words in here that make you know it's not going to be terracotta. Terracotta has nothing to do with heat. Terracotta is,
Oxidation, that one and oxidation.
okay, you know it ain't gonna be microwave. Microwave, that's gonna do with heat, but you don't use a
The
microwave.
first one.
So we had, the next ones was induction and carbonation, or is it reduction and oxidation?
I'm gonna
Reduction.
go with reduction.
Reduction and oxidation.
I'll
Good
go with
job, Mr.
reduction.
Theory. That's right, everybody. It's reduction and oxidation. You know, carbonation has to do.
I told you from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, good job. It's okay, good job. So that,
You did a good job on your hair today too. I like your hair.
Me too.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's growing too.
Starting to lock again.
it's growing because of y'all, all the love y'all giving me.
Oh,
Well, it ought to be
wow.
down your
Yeah.
back. It should
You're
be
not
down your
worried
back.
about us in the class anymore.
Oh, y'all made my hair come out then.
Yeah.
Six.
Fall straight out. I just playing. Approximately which temperature must clay be heated to for it to harden into a porous pottery? Is it 1000 Celsius, 100, 350, or 500?
Whichever
I
is
think I
more.
remember
I'm gonna
350.
say 1,000.
500.
You
I
can
say
take your oven
500.
to
500.
500.
I remember 350.
You can,
Oh, you
you
saying
can,
Celsius.
you can take your oven to 500 and that won't cure the clay. So
Right.
I
Yeah,
would
but it's a
say
different
1,000.
kind of
One
cook.
thousand.
It's a
The
different
same
kind of
kind of
cooking.
oven.
What y'all thinking about this? Y'all didn't hear what Miss Deborah Bell said. She said you can
Yeah.
put some clay in the oven, your oven at home, and that's gonna get to 500. Is that gonna be hot enough?
No,
No.
But
No.
I'm
I said
asking,
1,000.
and the oven and what you
The
put in it,
kiln,
are they different? Aren't they different? The oven temperature and that temperature is different, right?
Yeah, but most of y'all said 350 and 500.
I said
no.
1,000.
I know I said 500, but
That's what I'm saying.
No, I said 1,000.
Okay, let's see what it say. Let's just see. All right. This was a trick question, Miss Ethereum. It said, what temperature must the clay be heated for it to harden into a porous pottery? Porous, meaning it didn't say all the way to full vitrification. So if it got up to probably half of the temperature that the kiln goes, and our particular kiln at the job, at this class, goes to 2,150 degrees.
Whew.
This one says that it will be porous and hard, just like a hard porous thing at 500 degrees.
all right.
Look at Mrs.
Okay, so does that mean I could put my piece in the oven at 500 and bake?
Yes, but it's not gonna get to the full bisque that it needs to. It's just gonna be hard, like a porous means like what you saying, Miss Diana?
Breathable. It's still not,
It's
yeah.
still not completely all the way hard. Porous could be kind of like that stuff we clean our feet with. I can't really say it. Pumice stone, something like that, even though that's kind of soft, it's still hard. It still has like air and stuff in it.
Master,
Yes, sir. Hold on 1 second.
okay, I made this soap dish here, right here.
Be
Okay,
careful with it.
it's already been done a long time ago, but I put it in the oven at 500, and it got hard, real hard. You can still see inside when it get hard, but it didn't quite go to what you do at your kiln. But it was hard. It was hard, and it's still hard. I haven't seen it for a while, and it's a soap dish that I made, and I put it in the oven at 500.
Okay, have you used that soap dish? Like in the bathroom?
No, I have.
Or the sink?
I have not used it.
Okay,
I have not used it.
It's continuing to break down.
Well, no, it don't continue
Did
to
that
burn
break happen
down.
did that break happen when you had it in the oven?
It broke when I took it out of the oven.
Okay,
But other than
Then
that,
turn the break so I can see it. Isn't it, in the break, isn't it darker? It's darker in
yeah,
the
it's still,
break. That means it's still wet.
it doesn't mean it's still wet. It means that it still didn't get cooked to the complete
Okay,
saturation where it
right,
would be like white as a bisque. That's why I said that
right.
right,
temperature would not make it go all the way to a bisque, because that clay all the way through
right,
and everybody else, it would be white. And
How
even
long did you,
right.
how long,
you great. Thank you so much.
how long did you bake it to get it to that point?
I had it at 500.
How
For how
long?
long? An hour? 2 hours? How long?
About 3 or 4 hours.
3 or 4 hours at 500. Now, Kim, if we took our pieces and did that before we brought them into you, that would protect them from breaking as easily, right? If we did that?
No, it's not the proper process, because even though you might do that at home, when I put it in the kiln, you know, the step that it's already at, you don't know if the heat then is gonna burst it or whatever. You just don't know what's gonna happen. So, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. Once again, you can experiment and do that if you like, but, and two, my stove that I cook with at home, the oven that you use, I would probably, me personally, I probably would never, ever use maybe like a clay that on the instructions, like they have some air dry clay that you can just sit out to air dry. They have some clays that you can, polymers and different type of clays that you can use in your oven at home because they're safe. But this particular clay, I would not use it in my oven and then go back and cook in my oven because of the chemicals, like the chemicals that may be cooking in and out of the clay, because you know, air dry clay is just air dry clay, meaning like it's just gonna dry by with the air. Yes.
Here's
That's
a
why if
bucket
you
of it
have
right here.
yes, if you have a container of that, you've been saving it for 5, 6 years, you might open that thing up and it's already brick hard.
Well, I've had this for about 3 years, and yeah, and it's still, I'm still, yeah,
That's
it's
good.
still good.
That's good. So it's probably like,
One other question, Kim.
ma'am,
Is it such a thing as overcooking the clay?
yes.
Overbaking it?
So,
And that's why if they do it at home and then you do it at the center, then it would be too cooked.
I can't even really say, because the clays do have a time that they're supposed to be cooked. I can't necessarily say, like Mr. Van Dyke said, he keeping it in there 3 or 4 hours. Somebody else might keep it in there 30 minutes or 6 hours, but the temperatures would make a difference as pertains to when I put it in the clay. It might pretty much not be a good thing as it pertains to the piece coming out right. But however, sometimes when you sort of a little upset when people say, Kim, can you fire this again? Then they'll go back and put something else on and say, can you fire this again? And then they'll come back and say, can you fire this again? I say, no, you can't fire a piece 3 and 4 times. The actual process is supposed to be 2 times. But when if you do start to fire some piece 3 and 4 and 5 times, you're gonna start seeing that the piece is gonna start warping. It's overcooking and its shape is changing. You know, you're gonna be like, why did my plate, you know, warp pretty much like wood or something like that? It's because you're overcooking it.
So downstairs, get that part.
Fire people's pieces over and the color changed. If you might have had a bright blue on your piece, but when I fired it over and over, the blue turned a darker color, like almost black. Those colors will start cooking, because don't forget, when you fire a piece as it pertains to glaze, glaze turns right back into liquid. So each time that liquid is bubbling up, it's turning darker and darker each time because it's cooking black. Any other questions? So tomorrow, how many people have any clay left? we're gonna do a really cute demonstration tomorrow. If you all see the size of this elephant, so to speak, with my hand, I can't even really cover this up with my whole hand. The piece that I'm going to make tomorrow is going to be a 3-dimensional piece, but it's going to be as small as my hand, so to speak. So hopefully if you have some clay, you will be able to join in to make that piece. And we've had a really, really fun and interesting class. You all are so smart how you basically tried to think and decipher out the questions, the trivia about ceramics that I was giving you. I'm proud of you for that. And thanks for show and tell and sharing your tools and some of your techniques that you have performed today. I was asking if you all had any clay, but anybody have even a small piece of clay, you'll be able to do it tomorrow. At that time, if people that don't have clay, maybe I'll just probably postpone it or however, but I think I will go ahead and make that piece tomorrow. Just remember that you can take notes to make the piece yourself. And thanks for joining Hand-Built Pottery. My name is Kimberlie Wright. Have a wonderful and blessed day, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace and love.
Bless. Be blessed.